You will recognise my next guest as Belle Dingle from Emmerdale. But 3 years ago, while she was on the set working, Eden Taylor-Draper found out that her sister, Francesca, had been diagnosed with cancer. She's just 14 years old. Now, they're both backing a new campaign this week. They join me now. Oh, it's lovely to see both of you. Don't you look gorgeous? So lovely to see you. And Chesna, you were only 14, for goodness sake, when you were diagnosed. You look great. Are you doing well?
I'm doing incredible. Thank you so much.
I'm so glad, because it kind of happened really quickly. You were rushed to hospital. It was a big shock, wasn't it?
It was a massive shock. I don't think any of us were expecting it. And the treatment started very fast. We didn't really have a lot of time to process it. But yeah, I'm doing really well now.
I'm so glad you are. Eden, there you are doing your job. And you get this call that your little sister is really sick. That must have been so worrying for you. I don't know how you would... I guess, knowing Emmerdale, they probably said, go. Just go and be with your sister.
Yeah, they were amazing. We were on tea break and they just said, go, whatever you need, we're here. And I was just in shock. But yeah, they gave me a month off. So whilst Chess was in intensive chemo, I could be there. And yeah, they were amazing.
Good. And as they should be, absolutely. It was pretty bad though, wasn't it? I mean, was it something that tell me exactly what the cancer was and how bad it had affected you, Chesna.
So I had acute lymphoblastic leukemia, which is a form of blood cancer. And at the time of my diagnosis, my cancerous cells were at 97%. So there was only 3% of my blood that was classed as healthy.
Jeez, gosh, that's extraordinary. And thank goodness you got that treatment right away. How did you know that you were really sick? Did you just feel very, very tired, or was there a certain incident that made you realise this was really serious?
So I definitely did feel very tired and I lost quite a bit of weight, but the most telling thing was I was having these really bad leg pains, excruciating to the point where I couldn't walk, and I was having to leave school early. And I also had this massive rash on my legs, which was when doctors started thinking it could be something more serious. But a lot of the symptoms were quite generic, which I think is the scary thing about it, because feeling tired and a little bit under the weather, your mind would never go to cancer.
No, especially at your age. That's the thing, isn't it? Especially being so young. For both of you, I know that you've become incredibly close. One of the good things that's come out of this is you have got this incredible bond. I mean, we can see it there when you were in hospital, and that's something that you can cling on to. But at the same time, you're going through all this physical treatment, but mentally it's tough, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It's probably the hardest thing to grasp, that you're having this grueling treatment and you feel so horrible in the moment, but it's going to make you better. And I think because I was so young, I'd literally turned 14 a month before, I just wanted to be independent. And being a teenage girl is hard anyway. And then adding cancer to that, I think my mental health took a massive toll.
Exactly, and that's why both of you really want to support this new campaign, which really, I mean, I guess for you, Eden, because you've seen what your sister has to go through, and cancer does have this effect. It doesn't just affect the person that's going through it, it affects everybody who loves them. That's the thing. And you must have found it a stressful thing too.
Yeah, it was so tough to see someone you love so much and so tiny go through all of that. And, as much as you're there supporting them, you can't fix it, you can't help. But yeah, supporting this campaign is so important, because Chess, she was in a position where she did have a psychologist she could talk to. There was mental health support there, and the fact that there's kids being diagnosed, young people being diagnosed and not having that support, I can't imagine what them and their families must be going through.
So with this is a Teenage Cancer Trust who do a brilliant job. They're absolutely fantastic. So they want really everybody who's going through cancers, teenagers who are going through cancer, to make sure that they have someone to talk to, because you can't always talk to your family. I would imagine that was the thing, Ches. Of course you talk, but sometimes it's quite good to talk to somebody who's not so involved but can give you lots of information and help.
Definitely, and I think a lot of things that you're feeling in that moment you don't want to say to your family. I know I felt awful because I was so upset and finding it really, really difficult, but I didn't want to say to my mum and dad that I really felt like I couldn't keep going with treatment. So that was one of the things I could speak to the psychologist about. And I think it's nice because everyone is so affected by it. It wasn't, just affecting me. I saw my family get so upset about it. And I think you don't want to feel like a burden. Not that they would like see me in that way, but definitely having a psychologist there or just someone who isn't immediate family to speak to is so helpful. And Teenage Cancer Trust, the support workers that they provided were incredible all throughout treatment and even after treatment. I think it's so amazing what they're doing, and this campaign is so important.
No, it absolutely is. I think it's wonderful what you're doing, and they could help you, because I know sometimes you were worried about your treatment. You felt a bit sort of, apprehensive about actually taking some of the medication, and they were able to just help with that. Find other alternative ways. There's lots of different ways. You've just got to ask for help, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely. No, it's so supportive to me.
Oh, it's brilliant. It really is. And like I said, Eden, the two of you have got this bond now, which really goes beyond being sisters. It's even more than that, isn't it?
Yeah, we talk a million times a day. It is so nice that we found this friendship within being sisters through this experience. Yeah, we couldn't be closer.
Oh, it's so good to see you, and particularly good to see you, Chesna, because you look absolutely blooming and healthy, physically and mentally, which is just great to see. It really is. Thank you both so much for talking to us, and I think this campaign is wonderful. It's such a great idea. It really is. We'll put lots of information about that and more information if you've been affected by cancer on our website. Thank you both so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Oh.
See you later.
Don't forget, you can watch full episodes of Lorraine on the ITV Hub, and all the best clips, compilations and playlists right here on our channel. Just subscribe now and you'll never miss an upload. Click here to watch another video similar to this one, or click here to head to our channel's homepage to explore all of our exciting videos.